afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Tuesday, September 15th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. One thing that's crucial to our journey within is don't rely on the mind for liberation. We each are infinite inside and out. Infinite. And we have an infinite universe everywhere. And the outer space extends far beyond what we can see with any high-tech cosmic telescope, with which we can, right now we can view probably 13 star systems 13 billion light years away. Now, this universe, this incredible universe, is also a living, breathing experience that extends infinitely within us. And it continues deeper beyond the atomic quantum particles, which are amazing, yet ancient. Electron microscopes can barely see. And when we look inside ourselves on a conscious level, using our mind to explore who we truly are, what we discover is yet another realm of infinity. Now, when we look at our minds, there are memories piled upon memories and beliefs within beliefs, all stacked to infinity. And for every new thought that is forming right now for each of us, there are a dozen new thoughts soon to follow. You might want to try this. It's just like on a lazy Sunday afternoon to spiritually investigate who you really are, and you'll find you can ascend and descend forever within the deepest realms of your very soul. Ascend and descend forever within the deepest realms of your very soul. But what is most fascinating inside of this infinite mystery is in the relationship that's manifesting, creating the reality between our inner world and the outer universe. It behaves something like a perpetual reflection in a mirror. Whatever is happening within our inner world is attracting, magnetizing, and creating into reality, manifesting what we are experiencing in our outer world. A perpetual reflection in a mirror. So everything within is attracting, magnetizing, and literally creating the reality what we are experiencing in our outer world. So if you're in a good mood today, and all you see are happy, smiling faces wherever you go, and amazing opportunities seem to effortlessly float your way, then if you fall down into an emotional dumpster, the face of every person has nothing but gloom and doom smeared all over it, and it feels like your entire life is about to collapse. The law, one of the laws of the universal understanding of attraction, is unavoidable. Whatever we are feeling and feeding into emotionally on the inside is somehow always materializing into whatever we see, experience, and physically attract in our outer world. So what's ever going inside of you right now, what's ever going on inside of you right now, each and every one of us, it is literally attracting, materializing into whatever we see, experience, and physically attract in our outer world. This is an infinite reflection. And it is showing up in our lives, and it is how it manifests or creates reality in our relationship with others. So the more love, compassion, and acceptance we have for ourselves, the easier it is to have compassion, love, and acceptance for others. Well, I think we kind of know that, but do we really? It's always that one thing which we absolutely dislike and cannot stand about the other, which is reflecting some part inside ourselves that we don't want to own or accept, we don't care to own or accept. If you're upset at your neighbor for being too dominating, controlling, and aggressive, instead of having compassion with him or her, then when you take a closer look inside yourselves, you will see how you are not okay with those parts of yourself that feel too dominating, controlling, or aggressive. It is all a deep and yet transparent mirror. Whenever we look at anybody, whenever we interact with anybody, whenever we think of anybody, we are all pieces of each other. This isn't understood very well on this planet, and it isn't embraced very well. We constantly, it's this incessant training that the civilization has been put through for thousands of years is to believe that we're separate. You imagine if you were able to look at everybody deep within your heart minds and understand that every single one of them is a part of you, literally a part of you, not figuratively. And I don't mean that they're, you walk around and everybody's stuck to you. I just mean that you're on an infinite level connected to everyone. So when you interact with people, you're interacting with yourself in a way. This is why we're so confused about why we get angry with each other, or stressed out. And I think we know that our inner world is an extension of our outer universe, and the outer world is an extension of our inner universe. Okay? Our inner world is an extension of our outer universe, and the outer world is an extension of our inner universe. Because, guys, we are all universes. This means that life extends into infinity in every direction and dimension. Now, our inner and outer universes are never separate. Even though our physical body appears to be a completely isolated entity, it is not. We live in one sacred ocean of energy. There simply is just one universe that extends for infinity into the other realms in all directions and inner dimensions. We cannot, we contain the wet and salty qualities of the entire ocean, and yet are just a single drop in it. So the oceanic waves are always moving us and flowing through us as us. He who thinks he is the doer is also the sufferer, Ramana Maharishi. Now, one of the essential problems that most people are having with life is that they are not reaching deep enough inside themselves to reconnect with their actual living, breathing, infinite spiritual essence. And our spiritual nature is a real thing. It is our most basic reality. And it is what keeps our heart beating, our breath breathing, and our life force moving through us in every moment of existence. We don't have to breathe. Our bodies do it for us. The same as with our spiritual essence. It is living and creating through our physical body, unfolding its essential karmic programming within this great cosmic playground. Something that maybe some of us know, maybe not. It's good to know that suffering happens only when the mind gets in the way. Suffering happens only when the mind gets in the way. When we become overly focused on thoughts and material things that make us feel limited or time-bound, we start believing we only have limited options. You see how this works? We start believing we only have limited options. So when we become overly focused on our thoughts and material things that make us feel limited or time-bound, we start believing we only have limited options. And the realm of the infinite fades into the background of the infinite. And we start thinking everyone is living in a very small, contracted world. When we only focus on our needs, we forget how to connect with the soul of others. If we are always thinking about money and more material possessions, we cannot see or feel the infinite reality that is beneath it all. A majority of this rat race is trapped in thinking about time-bound appointments, which causes consciousness to squeeze itself into tiny temporal boxes. Let's say 4:30 p.m. And with this deadline coming, we just don't have time to feel what eternity is like. When we only live in a limited tick-tock, 24-hour clock world that is consumed with resources around money and material items, we instantly start feeling disconnected from the infinite, eternal beings we actually are. And this addictive dwelling of the mind on what is not infinite or eternal is what makes us feel spiritually disconnected from every living being on the planet. You see how that works? This is addictive dwelling of the mind on what is not infinite or eternal, and that's what makes us feel spiritually disconnected from every living being on the planet today. We were all born with a limited time-bound physical body so that we could acquire a contrasting perspective and experience ourselves as the infinite, eternal being we actually are. We have the capability to create, manifest, and create into reality and experience anything we desire. We are all the children of a great universal consciousness we call the God that is impregnated with unlimited potentiality. If all this talk about the infinite is expanding your mind too much to handle, just remember that your inner world is always impacting and creating into reality something in your outer world. Every thought you believe to be true is what is creating a reality. Believing, not seeing, believing is the power that we have. Not seeing, it is believing. Our thoughts are always flowing through us and are always creating everything in our lives. There is no exceptions, no matter how you want to argue it with yourselves. We will become whatever we think in the future. So, be aware of your innermost thoughts, and yet somehow remain non-attached to those thoughts. Your thoughts, each of our thoughts, are not who we truly are. We are an eternal, infinite consciousness who is beyond form and time. We are pure awarenessness, reflecting back on itself in this physical universe of space and time. Let go of thoughts that were cycling in your mind yesterday and ideas about the way life should turn out for you tomorrow. Be here now. Be here now. Now is the moment of power. Now is where enlightenment is discovered. For physically, we are forever forced to exist in this present moment. Our present awareness is always being generated from this present moment. Know this, live and breathe within this knowing. If you want your life to be smoother, fuller, and more in touch with utter bliss, then get in touch with your eternal essence. Let go of any limiting thoughts that you may have and drop into the knowingness that you are an infinite soul who will never, ever cease. If you crave for some secure life that is easy and light, then give that experience to yourself on the inner world within first. First. Find out how to soothe yourself emotionally, giving deep, robust, tingling sensations to every corner of your body, mind, and spirit. The great experience of divinity is always available and ready to take each and every one of us into the higher dimensions. Our greatest life is ready for you here now. So open yourself up and welcome it in. You will find the infinite within the infinite in the finite. Trust the process. Breathe it in. And enjoy every single breath you are given. Meditation is a listening with a receptive heart. Meditation is a listening with a receptive heart. Buddha. This is something that we don't really give much thought about because we're too distracted, but lovers don't finally meet somewhere. Lovers don't finally meet somewhere. They are in each other all along, rooming. Many people have different understandings because of the manipulation of the planet and the psyche of this civilization. From the very beginning of mankind, sex has been the most natural way to discover our spiritual connection with the divine. The endorphins released after orgasm instantly send the body into a euphoric state of bliss, where the egoic mind is no longer achieving, scheming, or efforting to fulfill the demands, dreams, and goals of the ego. And through this orgasmic release and spiritual communion with the divine, the deepest state of trust, love, and relaxation is experienced. It is from this space where we can find a true feeling of absolute, unshakable inner peace. Now, it's not viewed that way because it's been so twisted and skewed. And the first step is to remove all assumptions, beliefs, and judgments around what enlightened sex looks like. You start with a blank slate. It's the best way to dive in. And when we reach this open mind feeling, we are already ready to explore the experience of a state of pure bliss. It's about freeing your mind in the now, right now, from any assumptions or judgments about yourself, your partner, or this process that arise. You are inviting in a more expanded state of enlightened consciousness. This beckons a truly spiritual awakening where each of us and our partners, whatever the association, can create a continual sensual moment together where every breath that is shared roots your relationship together in the most enlightened and intimate way. Now, you imagine the civilization embraced and understood this. This is about opening your heart, enlightening your consciousness, liberating your soul from this society's sexual suppression. Now, how many people on this planet have any form of sexual invasion, betrayal, or abuse from their past? May be challenging at first to initiate this journey into enlightened sex, but for you, for all of us, it is to go very slowly and be gentle with yourself and continue inviting in more trust in the process, because with time, everything does heal, and anything is possible if you remain having an open mind and heart. You cannot be truthful if you are not courageous. You cannot be loving if you are not courageous. You cannot be trusting if you are not courageous. You cannot enter into reality if you are not courageous. Hence, courage comes first, and everything else follows. Osho, if you're frightened or fearful about anything, you kick into courageousness and courage, and then everything follows after that. It's very important for us to, we're in this major journey within us. Remember the two maxims of Tantra: one must rise by that by which one falls. And the very poison that kills becomes the elixir of life when used by the wise. Swami Nikolananda. Turn within and you will become free and liberated, because it's all a dream. Robert Adams. You can't change the truth, but the truth can change you. There are as many great truths in our universe as there are stars in the sky. And yet, just like the billions and trillions of stars that exist, not all truths are created equal. The universe is not just made of black and white colors. Look closer on a clear night. You'll see an entire rainbow of flavors. There's a vast multidimensional cosmic playground out there, and inside us as well. We live in a highly diverse intelligent system which contains various degrees of truth. And so not every truth will impact us the exact same way. The bigger a truth is, the more it will expand our reality, and the smaller a truth is, the more it will shrink and contract our experience of life. The good news is that we don't have to decide what is a big truth and what is a small truth. And our physical body will let us know. For our hearts, it is the best guide for seeing how expansive or contracted a truth actually is. When we discover a larger, more profound truth in life, a little miracle happens. Everything that once felt hard, heavy, and stuck inside us suddenly becomes exalted and liberated. We feel lighter than air, and we're filled with a natural, spontaneous joy inside, which flows as freely as the wind. And the mind stops thinking. We experience our own source of consciousness. And from there, we see life from a much more expanded perspective. And it can happen within milliseconds. Now, in A Course in Miracles, it simply states, that which is real cannot be threatened, and that which is unreal does not exist. That's huge. That which is real cannot be threatened, and that which is unreal does not exist. It may take you a while to spiritually digest this enormous truth into your mind and root it throughout your entire life. When you sit with that understanding, and deeper it will transform your entire life, your entire way of viewing yourself and others in this world. That which is real cannot be threatened. Think about that. What is it that feels threatened inside you? What is this personality, this self-ego, or that the thing you call you, which defends itself when feeling attacked or provoked? What is this little you who has a need to be on guard and protect itself, trying to assert itself and attempting to achieve something important or worthwhile with your life? And then, who is this overly strong, confident, all-important you who compensates for the super small, unimportant you? It's the one who has been attempting to make your life secure by feeling self-important and accomplished, met in deep embrace by their beloved, and all the while is feeling a deep and constant separation from God. And the good news in all of this is that who we truly are has nothing to do with who and what we think we are. Whatever we may think of and conceive of about ourselves with the mind can only be a thought. And this little thought is too small to be who or what we are. Who and what we really are is beyond any spiritual understanding of the mind. And in this moment, and only this moment, we can find what is actually real. And this real thing is the only thing that liberates us and binds us at the same time. That which is real, the real you, does not change. And this essence is what remains the same for all eternity. That which is real, the real you, does not change, and this essence is what remains the same for all eternity. You are all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. You do not change. The most pivotal, enlightening truth that you may discover, even in this week, is understanding how all identification with the ego is based in some form of fear. And if we are not experiencing a state of oneness, unity, love, connection, relaxation, and bliss, we are hanging out in some quality or version of fear. And the ego is clinging to some thought or process of thoughts which believes deep down that it is not one with the divine. It thinks it is not loved, accepted, embraced, or enlightened. The more creative you become, the more godly you become. When your creativity comes to a climax, when each moment of your life is filled with creativity, you live in God also. Enlightenment for all of us is simply realizing again and again how to remain non-identified with one's ego. How to remain non-identified with one's ego. The enlightened state is a pure seeing, understanding how the ego is the greatest illusion of them all, to ultimately know and become identified with the real self, that which cannot be threatened, is the only true path to total freedom there is. All other paths lead to some form of suffering. It requires no basic standard of ethics, codes, spirituality, or religious background needed to arrive. We simply experience experience ourselves as the essence of consciousness that we all truly and naturally are. The ego, who we think we are, has some truth to it, yet it's just not a very big truth. It's a smaller truth which only castrates our ability to expand into love, trust, and feeling of oneness. Ego is a fear-based program that is based in the opposite experience of trust. Whenever we are living in trust 24 hours a day, we start accessing all the wisdom and knowledge known to all the saints, masters, and enlightened beings in history. We step into the greatest experience of our lives. We find our real true selves and know that we are the real masters of our destiny. And when we know our real nature, we can allow life to play its ego personality role through us and somehow not get in the way. And we can sit back, go with the flow, and enjoy the ride. We can remain fascinated by life, learning how we are here to serve others, take care of our bodies, and simply let the all-intelligent life force move through us. And this state of perpetual enjoyment of life is real mastery. And when we remain free from all forms of ego identification, we cannot help but to enjoy all aspects of life. We allow a greater love to always guide our course, and we help us live with ease and grace in every single way. The moment you start seeing life as non-serious and playfulness, all the burden on your heart disappears. All the fear of death, of life, of love, everything disappears. One starts living with a very light weight or almost no weight. So weightless one becomes. One can fly in the open sky. Osho. Be here now. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we do is relax our bodies. Head to toe, inside and out. Everything drop away. Detach. No expectations. No gripping. No grabbing. No pulling. Holding on to things, most of which are illusions. Let them all go. The body will respond and relax in kind. And as the body relaxes, we move into the now. The now, be here now, is all we have. The past is gone. We've already experienced that road. The future is not here. We're creating it in the now. Some of us may go back in the past. We all do at times. We reminisce. And we feel good about certain experiences we've had through our lives. Some not so good. And then we move on. We don't stay there. And we stay in the now. Some of us still get caught up and seduced in the past, or we spend a lot of time there. And in so doing, we will bring that past into a future that doesn't exist, create that future from that past, and relive that past in that future. It's not a good thing. That's why people feel like they're on some form of a hamster wheel, never not getting anywhere, or really thinking that they're going anywhere in their lives. In the now, we still the mind in the ego mind, illusion. We move into peace and tranquility. We understand our real nature. And we can allow life to play its ego personality role right through us and not get in the way. We can sit back, go with the flow, and enjoy the ride. We can remain fascinated by life, learning how we are here to serve others, take care of our body, and simply let the all-intelligent life force move through us. It is all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it moves effortlessly through us as long as we don't stand in its way. And as we've relaxed the body and we moved into the now, we want to breathe. Our breath is effortless. We focus on the breath. It's divine positive energy. It holds and supplies oxygen to this body to hold the God within it, the pure consciousness. It's divine positive energy. As we're relaxed in the now, seated, we take this divine positive energy, this breath, up through the centers of our bodies. These are all energy vortexes. There's 7 main ones, and they're known as chakras. And they allow their conduits from the spiritual to the physical, from the physical to the spiritual. These are the gateways to all that there is. And they allow our chi, our God force, our God life force energy, our divine positive breath to effortlessly move through them. We're a fountain. It goes from the root chakra all the way to the crown chakra. It's a fountain over the head, goes back down and repeats this process. In our root chakra, our Muladhara, is a red wheel of light. All of these chakras look like flowers, all different kinds of flowers. Inside are all different kinds of geometric shapes. So in the root chakra, the red light chakra, it represents our foundation of feeling of being grounded. It's at the base of our spine and our tailbone. It's survival issues such as financial independence, money, and food. Physical associations, spine, rectum, legs, arms, and circulatory system. Then we move to the sacral chakra, the Vadasthana. This is an orange wheel of light. It's our connection and ability to accept others and new experiences. If you're accepting others, you've already accepted yourself. Location lower abdomen, about 2 inches below the navel and 2 inches in. Emotional issues or connections, sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, sexuality. Physical association, reproductive organs, kidneys, bowels, and immune system. We move to the golden yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. It's our ability to be confident in control of our lives with the flow. Be here now. It's in the upper abdomen and stomach area. Emotional issues are self-worth, self-confidence, and self-esteem. Physical association, central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, skin. And then we move to the heart chakra, emerald green wheel of light, the Anahata. This is our ability to love. Its location is the center of the chest, of course, just above the heart. Emotional issues are love, joy, and inner peace. Physical association, heart, thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, immune system. Then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha. Self-expression, our ability to communicate, located in our throats. Emotional issues or communication, self-expression of feelings, the truth. Physical association, thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, and vocal cords. Then we move to the third eye chakra, the Ajna. This is our ability to focus on and see the big picture. Location is your forehead between the eyes. Actually call it the brow chakra. And emotional issues are intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. Physical association, pituitary gland, eyes, and sinuses. Then we move to the violet wheel of light, the Sahasrara. This is the highest chakra, and it represents our ability to fully connect spiritually, to be fully connected spiritually. It's the very top of our heads. Emotional issues, connections, inner and outer beauty, our connection to spirituality, pure bliss, our physical association, pineal gland, brain, nervous system. We move this divine positive energy, our chi, our ki, our prana, up through the center of our bodies. And it sits right on the top of the head. And just move a little bit back, and then for a brief moment we are light. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief moment you compress and condense it into pure liquid energy. This is omnipotently powerful. And then we release it over our pineal glands. you can see the pineal gland as a pine cone, a raisin, a prune, however you view it. I view it as a rosebud. And when I release this pure liquid energy over it, it immediately blossoms into this wonderful, highly fragrant, beautiful, multicolored petaled rose that's eternal. And it opens up all the gateways. Our pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these bodies. It opens up the gateway to all the particles of existence, the gateway to pure consciousness and the God, the gateway to all of beyond. And they all open simultaneously, and we can effortlessly move through them. All the universes, all existence in existence. We're also consciously aware that each and every one of us are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we're one. We're merged. The God within, the heart, mind, the spirit, the soul, the higher self. All one. All pieces of the one. This is why we are merged. This is why we walk on this planet as heaven on earth. That which is within us becomes outside of us. And we have others with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. They are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Now, they're a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. Trillions of them. But we do meet them. All of us, at one time or another, maybe more than once, most likely more than once in this lifetime so far, have met and communicated with them. They love talking with us, interacting with us. It's a joy of theirs. And they love us because we're part of them as they are us. You all can say you're an angel because you're part of them. They all can say that they're part of mankind because it is truth. It is a large truth, not a small one. Now, a large number, many thousands, can surround any one of us at any one time due to their vibrational frequency of holding a large number in a small space. They've been assisting us for a very long time as we have been them. We have the Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Maitreya, Abundantia, Hell, Thoth. Many, many, many more. These are those who have mastered ascension out of body, hold God form, pure consciousness. We have ascended into body, mastering life, ascension, and experiencing physical form. They have mastered, we are mastering. And guess what? You are all part of them as they are us, and we are all ascended masters. They've been with us a long time, helping us, and we've been with them a long time, helping them. Now, we're all assembled, all three of us, all three of our groups, all part of each other at this meditation in this now. Be here now. At the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia Arya. So, we reach out for the other parts of us. All the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And, of course, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming this circle of light. And they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this universe. They come in trillions. And they, all of them, are with us now. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, beneath earth, Agartha. All of these civilizations and species species, many, many, many. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the galactics and off-worlders and celestials, many, many, many civilizations and species. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light. Now, we're only familiar with a handful of them, somewhat familiar. And this includes all levels and all species within the civilizations. The Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, Zeta Reticuli, Feline, Greys, Nords, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian, in all species, in all civilizations, are mostly good. The bad is the minority in all civilizations throughout existence. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. If their frequency is not high in deep eternal love, they cannot be with us. They cannot manipulate, they cannot seduce, they cannot do any harm. Now, they have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, as we have them, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they are with us now. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions. They are with us now. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation, the forming the circle of light. We're only familiar with a handful of them. They come in the trillions. And shapes, color, sizes, forms, configurations of which we've only seen maybe 1%. And just a few that we're familiar with, kind of, fairies, sprites, elves, dwarves, gnomes, trees, trolls, elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, mermaid, dolphin, whale, Pegasus, unicorn, centaur, minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they come in the trillions, and they are with us now. We're all assembled, all together, all pieces of the one, all different reflections of each other, through without everything and everything, all the realms, all the higher realms, all the universes, assembled here for the liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now in this meditation, forming of the circle of light. Arm in arm, hand in hand, all of our gods as one. We are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, and abundance. And we are all one, we are all love, and we are all God. And our God-like energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, forever, and beyond. We immediately form a massive circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now in this meditation. It is the God. It is the light within us, the pure consciousness, source creator. It is so brilliant, it grays out the darkness of space. It would take over 1 billion of the suns in this solar system to even come close to the brilliance and radiance of this circle of light. It is pure, deep, eternal love. And it floods us all, that of which we are. This is a reflection of who and what we are. This saturates, bathes, and floods all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now in this meditation, the circle of light. Increasing all vibrational frequencies into higher realms, higher existences. Now we begin to levitate up above the planet, and as we do, we're immediately met with a gossamer field. This field is filled with little teeny reflective mirrors of trillions of vibrant colors of all of us. These glitters, flowing, vast ocean, deep eternal love, gratitude, flowing everywhere, everything and everything. And in this gossamer field, we are immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we all are the power of healing. Then we're met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column that reminds us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that from head to toe, inside and out, we're imbued with an impenetrable white fire, God-light energy armor. And this armor cannot be affected from any external source, power, frequency, beings, anything at all. And we are protected 24/7. But only you have the power that if you choose, consciously or unconsciously, to lower your vibrational frequencies deeply enough, you will create a breach in your armor. This breach will allow all of the lower dark matter frequency, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you are then met with purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame, we can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, effortlessly send them back to pure consciousness where they are no more. We are then met with a violet ray. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, and we can literally cleanse, purify, and reinstate the vibrational harmony of deep eternal love, sealing the breach, balancing our field once again to the highest of the highest high of deep eternal love and gratitude. We are then met with a golden white pink light. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us of who and what we are, the love that we are. So everywhere, we are the sunsets. We are the sunrises on this planet. We are the shooting stars in the skies at night. We're the glitter of the fabric of space. We're the rainbows oceans. We're the sky. We're the forest. We're all of these. It is a reminder of who and what we are. Deep eternal love and gratitude. Some of us, as we continue to ascend above the planet, decide to step out of our physical form and hover effortlessly above them. As we do, we are met with this massive crystalline-like tower. Now, we designed this tower. It is larger than the solar system. And in the center of the actual tower itself is an oblong sphere with a golden white light in the center and trillions of vibrating colored lights, all emanating out in soft waves, in gratitude, in love, in prosperity and abundance, solitude, serenity, tranquility, benevolence, gentleness, kindness, bliss, peace, joy, stillness of mind, flooding each and every one of us eternally, head to toe, inside and out, lifting our frequencies higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And it's eternal. At the top of it, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, saturating all of us. This golden ocean is pure, deep, eternal love. Flooding, saturating everything and everything. We are all drops of that golden ocean, and we all hold the essence of that ocean. We then move a little bit further. We come upon our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. This sphere holds, we created it well over 2 years ago, and it holds well over 900 of our meditations. All in perpetual motion. All with the highest intent of deep eternal love and gratitude. All lifting every single one of our brothers and sisters on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, and this meditation, this circle of light, eternally, every day. Millions on and on countless numbers off-world in this meditation, lifting the frequency, eliminating all of the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies by moving into higher realms and higher existences. And this sphere continues to intensify, continues to expand, and it can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Be here now. Sit back. Flow with the love that you are. Don't step in front of yourself. The universe is your greatest ally and bestest friend. Flow. Let the ego flow through you. Don't participate in it. Be here now. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Breathe in through the nose, slowly, easy, and out through the mouth. Move slowly. Be here now. The choiceless truth of who we all are is revealed to be permanently here, permeating everything. It's not a thing and not separate from anything. Gangaji. There is a divine, remember, keep this visual throughout your day, the rest of the evening and night and following morning. There is a divine orchestra of spiritual energy and consciousness happening all around us all the time. We aren't always aware of it because our minds are so distracted and busy with those all too important things of this physical world. It's only when everything stops for some seemingly random event that we are thrown back to our real selves and can see, feel, and taste the bigger picture. In a few brief moments, the mind drops its game, and we understand how divinely perfect everything is. We'll be back here tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our Global Guided Meditation call, September 16th, 2020, Wednesday. We will also be back here tomorrow night at 9 p.m. for the Time for Change call, Awakening.